What's going on? Welcome to Ask Blackwards, and this is your host, T Can Hustle. And today we're going to be mixing it up a little bit. I am going to be reacting to a video of Jermaine Johnson. He's a Democratic member of the South Carolina House of Representatives, and he is also currently running for state's governor in the 2026 election, and he is giving his colleagues a piece of his mind. And with no further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. A few of my colleagues today have said, Jermaine, you've been kind of quiet. We haven't heard from you today. You've been real relaxed. You haven't really said too much. And for the most part, this budget's been going, with these amendments, just kind of typical. And then we get an amendment up there that says none of our state dollars will go to white supremacy programs.
None of our state dollars will go to white supremacy programs, or in other words, none of our taxpayers' dollars. I'm gonna tell you where it don't go. It don't go to funding black supremacy. It don't go to funding nothing black. Let me put a little bit of clarity there. They had to create an amendment to say they won't give money. They won't fund white supremacy programs. So for you guys that are non-believers, and when people like me say, well, that guy you know at work that you think always on it, when he say they doing this to you, he may say some things that sound outrageous, because I'm pretty sure if that same guy told you that your tax dollars are going to fund white supremacy programs, you would have looked at him like he was Looney Tunes. You probably wouldn't have said nothing. You would have let him go on here about his business, and you get around your homeboy. Oh, yeah, that month. So anyway, back to it. So right now, Jermaine Johnson is presenting evidence, and some of you are going to say, well, we're not from South Carolina. So it don't matter where you're from. In fact, you probably don't even got to be in the United States. But if you are in the United States, yeah, that's where your tax dollars is going. That's where your tax dollars is going. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help your community. But let's keep going, because we're going to hear some other stuff.
And then unfortunately, kind of like the last time we had to do Convention of States, where we talked about protecting the 13th Amendment, it gets killed. But then on the back end, you all were smart enough to say, you know what, maybe we didn't realize what we did, and you decided to bring it back up. And then we passed it that last time. So I'm kind of expecting or hopeful.
Okay, so at least they passed, if I heard them right, because it's hard for me to focus. It's hard for me to focus. It's hard for me to absorb the first part. And let's just keep going.
That maybe we'll bring that last one back up. Because maybe you don't understand what you just voted on right there. Maybe you don't understand what this amendment does. Merit-based and non-merit-based. I don't understand why. See, you don't like being called racist in here. Mm-hmm. You hate when we use the word racist. You hate being attacked. You hate when we bring up race in everything. But then when we have an opportunity to show that we're not racist, you let me down every time. Every time. And I sit here and we talk about our families, we talk about our kids, we go on trips together, and then we talk about not using our state dollars to go to white supremacy programs, and then we table it. You want to talk about some stuff? Let's talk about how they just took almost $7 million from the College of Charleston because they want to help black kids. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about all the amendments that are in the state budget right now to defund all the black programs that are going across the state. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about AP African American Studies that was banned from this state. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the attacks that you got going on people who don't look like you.
Taxes, let me break that down, because trust me, it's people that They go through the same thing and they don't even realize it. But you shouldn't have an argument about whether black people get pulled over more than white people. And then it also shouldn't be an argument about whether or not black people get the most tickets or bonds or funerals, whatever you want to call it, but they gonna get most of the bull. It's a cost to all of that. I mean, of course, let's just say if you was equal with your European counterparts, say y'all had the exact same job, y'all made the exact same wage, y'all worked the exact same hours, but you're gonna be paying a black tax. And a black tax consists of many things, but one of them is tickets and bonds and funerals and medication and a whole lot of other things. I'm not saying that Europeans don't pay for tickets and all of this other stuff. They pay for stuff too, but at a different rate. And it's probably more justified when they actually do. But yeah, we're going to get hit up. Like right now, 'tis the season to be jolly. They up there lined up and down the highway right now, pulling people over left and right, getting Christmas money. That's what ought to be illegal. That's a crime to me. Not only is it the time of year that us citizens need the extra money so we can be foolish and put it into the economy instead of getting ahead, we're going to put it into the economy, buy Christmas presents and stuff like that, make our kids happy for a day or two. But no, they ain't going to let it be that complicated. They going to make it more complicated. They going to make sure they get some of that money too. Get them some tickets and maybe some drug seizures, maybe seize a car or two or a house or something, or, you know, or just get your pockets. And I wouldn't necessarily call it robbing. I think you would just call it housing. We housing this shit. But anyway, we'll dumb it down, but we pay a heavy penalty. But not only do we pay that, he's explaining, if you listening to him, he's explaining how, and we ain't getting it back. Like we kicking in our tax dollars, which will eventually will become that $7 million he talking about. A portion of it will be $7 million that is supposed to be allocated to help black kids. But they'll find some way to reroute that. And you know, when it's not like they're going to reroute it for some black kids and move it to some Spanish kids. So no, that ain't what they're going to do. They're going to, I mean, they may, but more than likely they're going to route it to themselves. And this is where you're going to think I'm crazy. I don't necessarily think they're wrong for doing that. I mean, when I'm looking at it from their point of view. Now, of course, when I'm looking at it from my point of view, it's hell. And I think it's something that our culture needs to understand about us, too. I mean, we do need to do whatever we can do for us as a whole to move forward. And, hey, I'm going to just keep it moving. I'm going to leave it at that because I've been talking too long.
Let's talk about it. Why do we continuously do this to our kids? Why? What is it that...
I'm sorry, I can't. But then you wonder why, okay, why are the kids out in the street acting up? Why are they out there stealing stuff? Why are they out there selling dope? Why are they out there moving the way they moving? They ain't moving right. Why are they out there angry? Why are they out there upset? Because they damn sure ain't got $7 million to play with. That's one reason. Like, I'm pretty sure that $7 million, whatever they were intending to do with it, I think they done what they was intending to do with it, but whatever they intended to do with it, well, I don't know. We're not going to worry about it. Let's just keep moving.
What are you doing? What are you showing your kids? That public funds can go to white supremacy programs? We just had an issue at USC where all those kids felt scared. Matter of fact, we just had the Patriot Front on our steps last week. What are we doing here? Tell me what we're doing. Don't try to explain to me, well, I thought it was this, or nah, it's that. Nah, Jermaine, we want to see equality. We give you an opportunity every single time. And here we go again. I was in the back, I was ready to go just like y'all are. But here we go. Every single time you get an opportunity to show us something different, you show us who you are. What are we gonna do here? When is something going to change? When are we going to do something different for this state? When are we going to do something different? They're defunding our institutions. They're defunding our public education system. They're defunding African American studies. What is the issue here? What are you afraid of? Which definition don't you like? The definition of diversity? You don't like equity? You don't like inclusion? Which one do you like? Which one is the problem? Which one is attacking you? Which one said you can't be proud of being white or European? Which one is it? Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out.
And see, that's what it be. It be like, to do what you're supposed to do don't hurt you. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna take this food out of my mouth and put it. No, it's to do the right thing. I mean, it's not that hard. To me, it's harder to not do it.
Figure it out. Let's come to some sort of consensus. But look where we're at now. We have an opportunity to stand up for what's right. You're so afraid of your constituents. You're so afraid of getting primary. You're so afraid of doing the right thing. You're going to vote one way and then come in the back and apologize to me later. I should have did this, Jermaine. I'm sorry. I'm with you. I believe this. I don't want to hear not a single apology. You showed me who you are. You have shown me. I looked at that and I was like, there's no way that this body.
What do you say? Don't come up to him. Don't apologize. Don't come up to him and say nothing. Now, I appreciate the brother. He's a soldier out there in the field. But let's look at it. Just like I said, he's a soldier out there in the field. But look whose side of the field he on. And what I mean by that, I don't mean that he's in cahoots with them. His team, that's his team. They having an argument, but that is his team. And that's the problem I got with it. We got to switch teams. We don't need to be involved with the other teams. We don't need to be talking to the other team. We don't need to be. What we need to do is figure out how to get off the other team's playing field. Because that's what it is. We always playing in their house. And they always the referee, the owners. And then they'll have other people playing. They'll have us playing us. Because they own half of it. You see? But I don't know. It's just ridiculous, man. Let's go.
It's going to tell you, but there's no way. There's absolutely no way. I know these people. These are good people. There's no way. But yet here we are. Here we are again. And I know some of y'all in here like, man, I wish this black guy would just sit down and shut up. I know that. Just like you talk about our NBA players and our athletes, shut up and dribble. Shut up and just shut up and do your job. Don't speak out. Don't speak up. I'm ready to go home. I'm tired. I got other things to do. This is the issue that we continuously have here in this state. Do the right thing sometimes. Do the right thing.
You say do the right thing sometimes. But look at this. Somebody up there talking and having a passionate discussion. And these motherfuckers running back and forth getting coffee and shit. They could give a flying fuck. That is so disrespectful. That is saying that we don't give a flying fuck. But let's keep watching. Hold on, wait a minute. Let's keep watching.
I mean, I can't believe I even had to come up here and say this. I mean, I promise you, I look at this thing and I say, you know what? Like, I've had private one-on-one conversation with y'all. And I looked up there and I said, man, like, they're definitely not gonna kill this one. Of all the amendments we've had up here today, I said, this is gonna be all right. Because they're okay with us. We sit out there on the portico, we smoke cigars, we hang out, we go to halls, and then here we are up here about, you know what, for not funding white supremacy programs. No, that's just a step too far. We can't put that in the budget. Nah, we can't touch that. We gotta leave that one alone. I can tell you right now, you have shown me who you are. Do not come up to me telling me how you did this, you did that. I don't want to hear it. Be public about it. Don't support me in private, support me in public. Thank you.
Well, that's it. My final thoughts, man, is that they're not going to let us in. They're not going to let us in. And we have already spent hundreds of years trying to get a seat at the table. Time for us to build our own table. And I don't see what's so, I actually think it's easier to build our own table. Of course, there may be a little period of difficulties, but it ain't nothing we ain't done before. We done it time and time and time and time again. It was just, every time we done it, it was just one thing that we was lacking though. And that's why I kept getting undone. But anyway, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I don't even think I want to go into it no more. It's just sad. And to even hear him, like I heard him talking about the state. And I know that's just the way that he has to talk. But it ain't a state issue. That's the thing about it. It ain't a state issue. It's every state. And the thing that is probably the most different about the other states is they don't have nobody like him. They don't have nobody that's going to speak out. Because trust me, everybody ain't speaking out. Do you think it's only happening there? Because everybody ain't speaking out. How many people you hearing speaking out? These brothers and sisters ain't speaking out. They'll speak out like after they get fired or something. But they ain't speaking out. And you think it's only happening? Do you think they the only one that's keeping black kids from getting money? Do you think they the only one that's having to create an amendment to say that you will not fund white supremacy programs? Do you really think they the only one? That ain't even the most racist state. That's the thing about it. It ain't even the most racist state. I mean, it's up there, but it ain't. It ain't the most. It's some in front of it. It's several of them in front of it. Well, I'm not gonna say several like it's a whole lot, but I'm definitely gonna say I definitely know it's two that's in front of it, and I'm gonna let you guess that. Put it in the comments. Tell me what states you think I'm talking about. Your 3 most racist states. What states do you think are the most racist? I'll tell you mine. I'll tell you my 3. I don't want to taint your decisions. But anyway, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time.
If you have found this information enlightening, eye-opening, or even thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Ask Blackwoods. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on what's coming next. And as usual, this is Ask Blackwoods, and I am your host, T-Can Hustle, signing off.